Viking fans, welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 and 5, Eye for an Eye and Answers in Blood. Now there's some fighting, so to get this episode started, Shield Wall!
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV! And now, let the buzz begin!
Hey! Right on time.
Did you guys have your shields up? Were you ready? You gotta brace yourselves, because ready for the run? Can't fall over backwards, that's bad.
Shield Wall.
Exactly that voice, that's how they all say it too.
What's up, Viking fans? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to tonight. This is episode 4 and 5, season 2 for Vikings, AFTERBUZZ TV's. Happy to have you guys. My name is Jaco Vennings. You guys can follow me all over social media at Jaco Vennings.
And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's K-A-R-I-D-L-A-N-E.
K-L-N-E-D-L. No, Kari.
No.
K-A-R-I-D-L-A-N-E.
I just spell it because the way I spell it is not a very common way to say Kari. People be like Kari. I'm like, no, it's Kari.
No, it's Kari. Well, Kari, hi.
Yes.
Guys, just let you know, James is not here tonight.
Yep.
James Simmons the Seer. We're going to miss you, my man. Yeah, he's somewhere off raiding in San Antonio.
Yes.
That's where he is, raiding. So you won't be joining us tonight.
At a village called Conference.
At a village called Conference. Yeah, right, he's at a conference. It's always I'm going to a conference. Yeah, right.
And he's gonna be sad that he missed this one because there was a nice seer
little
moment, and we're gonna miss that.
There was a nice palm lick there. But this time I saw it wasn't really a palm, it's more the fingers. I really noticed it this time. It was kind of...
The what?
It's more like a finger lick. Y'all didn't go for it all the way.
It's the palm.
Oh, I can't.
You don't want to do it? You don't want it?
I don't think I'm gonna.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Guys, we're gonna go... No, what?
I was gonna say, you're kind of far for me to do it for you, too. Well, it's easier when I'm like in the middle or something like that.
Guys, facts, Viking fans. All right, let's do this. Season 2, episode 4, we're going to start it off for you guys. And so in this episode, they jump around all over the place. Yeah. So we're going to start it off with Wessex. We are going to do storylines tonight.
Sure. To
keep it up in track and, keep everybody on the same page. So if you guys, by the way, I want to start it right off, just mention it. If you do enjoy the show, if you enjoy us, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment down below. Let us know what you think is going to happen, your predictions, why you love or hate us. Throw down there. Our feelings won't get hurt,
Yeah, no. Only predictions if you haven't actually seen it, like me, because if you've seen it and you do predictions, that's cheating, and you don't want to spoil it for people like me who have not gotten to the show yet.
For her. You don't want to spoil it for her. So yes, very true. Just predictions if you haven't seen it. Don't be a spoil sport. Don't be a spoiler. Yes. All right, so we're starting this storyline off season 2, episode 4 with Wessex.
Yeah.
We're in England. England. They're in the feasting hall of the King Egbert, and they're deciding what to do now. They've got their army there.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? And they say, well, you can attack if you want to right now. But apparently the Vikings said, we want to talk first.
Yep. Oh, I did want to add, because someone commented on YouTube or Twitter or somewhere about how King Horik killed that one Englishman in the last episode we talked about. Remember the party came over? Yes, I saw the comment. So in looking at it again...
he said he did it because he felt he was not being scrutinized, he looked at him in like a bad way or something.
No, I think it was he was going to be the one to report back to the king, his own king in England, because he was almost doing a count
of how many people were there.
And he was being obvious about it. I mean, there's a bunch of other people there that could obviously do the count, but he was being like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like really checking out the group.
And he was
yeah,
like, okay.
I think that's what it was. Because at first I was like, I before mentioned like, oh, there's going to be some random raid party that's going to come in, but no, I think it was he was going to be the one to report back. And he just was being too obvious about it.
Yeah, and so King Horik just...
didn't appreciate that.
It's like sliced
because he's like,
up.
What are you doing? Done.
So dead. Yeah. All right. Well, now they're back, and we have to decide what's going to happen here. And this is not a very long storyline. So we'll talk to them if they want to talk. Let's see what happens. We give them a hostage. They give, we exchange hostages. And my son Ethelwulf would go.
Yeah, he was like, you sure? Of course, Father, I will do anything you ask of me. Like, at first he was like, you sure, Dad? And then he's like, okay, I'll do it.
He was munching down on like a chicken leg there.
You know the answer, Father.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was kind of a weird, awkward moment, right, Kari?
It was very
so
awkward.
What do you think that relationship is between the father and the son right now?
I think it's one of those, because the father overemphasizes, I only want you to do this if you're willing. And so the son's like, well, I can't say no now. Because it's going to make him look bad and make me look bad as a man.
But also his father, I feel like, King Egbert says that with the sense, well, you actually have to say you're going to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely
That is
right.
you're saying yes. I'm giving you a choice, but you're saying yes.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's what it is.
So Ragnar arrives at camp. They exchange hostages. Nothing big there. He walks in.
Yeah.
Admires.
He is, Ragnar has the funniest expression all the time. He's just always like, just checking things out.
He's just so curious, and curious
is.
exactly what he
says
says
that.
in the bath, right? He gets
Yeah.
all naked.
I like that. Why was he shy?
Turning
the guys, he was
turning
like-
around and just kind of glancing at King Egbert, like
That's
looking at
kind of
his bottoms.
sexy. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I was like, he's like, do you want to look? Oh my goodness. I thought it was weird for him to be shy about it, but whatever.
Oh, whatever, he's shy, and King Egbert is like scoping out the meaty bottoms of Ragnar Lothbrok,
Yes.
seeing how fit the man is. Also see all the scars on his back. And
Yes,
seeing that
I
this is
thought
a real
that was
man.
a thing.
Yeah, definitely seeing that this guy, okay, you're not dealing with some, stupid pagan, really. This guy's got some scars, I guess.
Yeah. And then if you notice on the wide shot, Egbert has his arms wide, so he's in a relaxed position, but his legs are crossed because you can see through in the water. And then Ragnar's legs are wide open, like, I don't give a fuck.
Did
kind of
not
attitude.
notice that. Did you guys notice that?
I was
Holy
looking.
shit. Oh, I see. You
Well, 'cause
and
you can
James
see through the
both
water.
would have been looking. James, I've got your back. Don't worry about it, brother. Okay, so I didn't see the legs crossed, but that is very interesting.
It is.
Do you think really that the people that cast and set the shots up would go into that finer detail?
It is a character thing. In terms of if you and I are having a conversation, it's even like with dating or something like that. We're not dating, guys, obviously. But if a lady has like their legs away and it's like it's kind of you're being closed off. So the more forward you are to a person, the
Ragnar
more
is like
open is you are. Like you're not guarded. You're not standing like I'm gonna cross my arms and not even face you. So it was Egbert is open and guarded, and Ragnar's like, I'm ready for anything.
Got you. Okay, perfect. So now these
There's
guys.
some character to that, I think.
There's definitely some character to that. I agree. But now, Ragnar's answers have also got some lot of character in them. So why don't you go home? So I don't know.
I want a farm.
Yeah, it's like well, you've got all the treasure you want, but I don't really care about treasure.
I like his secret. He's like, I'm a farmer.
Yeah, I'm just a farmer.
And a warrior.
I would like to learn, and I'm a curious man, is what he says, what you just said. And so yeah, he wants land as basically the gist of it, right?
And the guy's like, well, what do I get in return?
Well, getting
Dun,
return,
dun, dun.
getting return is scheming king right now.
He's a smart king.
Very king, and he's scheming. You can see. Listen, you guys, like maybe we can help each other, so you can help me with some of my endeavors, right? And I think that's basically. Well, okay, we're not done. That's just their little scene together.
Well, it's smart because these people are amazing warriors, and if they were on your side, yeah, that's what you need.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, the English are no match for these guys. So we are going back with Ragnar, and he finds out the conversation is done. Ragnar is going back to his camp, and he finds out that Jarl Borg took over his lands. And we'll get to that storyline in a bit.
He's not happy.
He's not happy, right? And obviously, there's got a scene there with Athelstan saying, "Are you going to stay? You're not going to stay?" And Athelstan is like, "I need to stay." Well, in this scenario, I don't think he needed to stay.
No, he did not have to. I think he felt he was being helpful, but Ragnar was hurt. Like, wait, I thought you were my
Definitely
friend.
hurt.
And when our previous discussion about Loki and Athelstan being like brothers and children fighting over Ragnar's affection, Loki totally the whole time was like, giving Athelstan the look like, haha, I'm going home with him, you're not. I was like, whoa, okay, Loki, tone it down.
I saw that. That's good. Yeah. So he stays.
But
and
maybe in his way, he feels that is a good thing to do for Ragnar. Like, that is his way to help Ragnar. It's like, I will stay and help him out.
Honest. He's being honest saying this. I'm going to
He's
help you by
too
staying
good.
and looking after your interests right here because you do want to come over.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I was looking up I forgot the king's name that was fighting with him, King Horik.
Yeah.
And I realized it's King Horik of Denmark.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I looked it up. So it's King Horik of Denmark. Jarl Borg is from
Sweden,
and then Ragnar is just an earl in Norway. So maybe
Norway.
maybe
Okay.
you know, it's kind of weird just to see the 3 different countries. Just FYI for you guys. So
I'm pretty sure they all speak different languages, but whatever.
hey, you know, all multilingual. Those guys.
Yes, they learn it in school.
Absolutely. So now, wait. So these guys. So Ragnar found out, and he's the Vikings. He leaves Elfstan state. So now,
Ooh, wait, a boat shows up. Well, they realize it's his boat, and then at this point, all of the other boats, we now feel they're gone. I wanted to touch upon that because they were like, it's one of my boats, but it's because it's a messenger boat. It now has confirmed all his other boats are pretty much lost
to the oceans on the way there.
Yeah.
Exactly, definitely. So he leaves. He goes back immediately. Gives us little stares to Athelstan on the way back. He's like kind of turns his back. He's so moody, like someone who didn't get his way. Didn't get his way.
Yeah.
You know, just turn his back like that. And so now the problem is the forces are divided, and obviously the English know about it.
Jump in on that boat. They're like, well, actually, I'm surprised they didn't burn down the boats. Because if you know these people come from boats, but then again, that does prevent them from leaving. So
the boats are anchored just behind their camp on the river, because they camp right there. Yeah. And they could have just
the British could have snuck up and done some fire arrows and burned their boats. But then again, you know they're stuck there and they can't leave. Unless you're planning to kill them all.
No, I wonder if I would have gone with that. That's actually really clever. The British didn't think that one through.
Nope.
Fire is your friend, my friend. Fire is your friend.
Which we learn in the next episode.
Yep, absolutely. So these guys, let's get this storyline wrapped up. They get mowed down by arrows. The whole village. Some of them escape, and then Athelstan himself also he takes the high road. He runs away.
Yeah, their little hunting party was getting ambushed.
Yeah, it was just left and right arrows. Not good. No, but all those guys looked really old and frail, though. I don't think they would look much warriors. This was, I don't know, maybe they were the hunters.
It was a weird random group.
Yeah, weird random group. But
like,
Athelstan was there, though.
But he was able to outrun them all.
He was, exactly, yeah. So he outran them all. In the end, because they're old, got caught. And so the next morning, we know you're a Christian. We know and he says, I'm one of you guys when they find him, you know. So hey, hands up.
Don't kill me.
Don't kill me. I'm one of you guys. And so, long story short, they crucify him, and
which I almost felt, isn't that okay? If your Lord and Savior died on the cross, and you were making this pagan who is someone who left the faith die the same way as your Savior, isn't that almost an insult to the person you were revering? Like if you're making the person who is this failure die the same way. I almost feel like that's an insult.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Because it's an interesting choice of someone to kill. Like, we're going to have you die the way this person we really admire and adore.
We could have had him die a very horrible,
like stone
awkward,
him to death,
yes, stone him
which
to death.
is the more biblical.
Back in those days, they put you on a spike in your ass, and
Yeah,
then
I
at your
saw
own
those.
body weight. That's it. Your own body weight kind
That's
of
one of those,
sucks you down, and you could have done something like that. Jesus, that's rough.
There's like a YouTube video of all the like craziest tortures in history, and yes, that's one of them too.
That's one of them too. Yeah. Rough.
There's a lot of gnarly ones out there, but
yeah.
That one. So I just thought that was an interesting perspective of like, well, okay, but sure.
Okay.
And then the other thing too, technically, you don't do the palm, which is a misnomer because you do the wrist because it gets stuck with the bone. Because if you do here, it's going to slide right out from the weight.
That's what I.
Though he was tied, but still, it would.
Your weight will bring you down. So it's through the wrist, guys. If you want to do this at home.
Just so you know, if you want to do a crucifixion
at home. Yep. Exactly. Yep. But you got the thorn cross, like you said, the exact replication. And they also want to spear him in the side, like they did Jesus Christ. But just before... Stop.
I did not see that coming.
You didn't see the... You thought Athelstan was going to die?
I thought he was going to die, or Horik would show up. Like some of the other group that we didn't see.
The Vikings.
All right, someone in chat just said, Hamoto said, I think they want Athelstan to sustain prolonged suffering. There's plenty of other ways you can do prolonged suffering.
One which is the stick up the ass.
Iconic way to kill in the Christian faith.
You don't need like the thorn cross and all that kind of stuff, the spear in the side. So a spear in the side would have died him and killed him probably pretty soon anyways.
Made it go faster, yeah.
But the bishop, whoever he is like, this is how he should die. And the king is just like, sorry, I overrule. Nope, sorry, he's coming down. He sees some value in him.
Yes.
Which he would, because he knows everything about his enemy.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but
and he speaks your language.
He speaks the language.
Keep him. Don't kill him.
Rosetta Stone, Athelstone. He knows everything. He's like a GPS. Okay, now...
Oh, yeah, sorry, another one in the chat room. No, we're not saying that the nails do the killing. It's just how that's done it's common, an image in the palm, but if you are actually doing it, it was supposed to be the wrists. So no, that's not the killing. It's
so
more,
for the guys on iTunes, it says the crucifixion doesn't have to have nails to kill. It's actually the arms outstretched that inhibits breathing over time.
Yeah, no, sorry, we weren't saying that the nails do the killing. It's just
Physically,
how it's done.
yeah.
It was wrong, but that's how it's always done in movies and shows.
Anyway, so
but
that...
yay, go King!
Go King, says
Egbert.
Athelstan, and that kind of wraps up the whole Wessex story.
Yes.
Right? So the second story we're going to go through right now is Kattegat. All right, I know we're jumping all over the place, so you guys have to stick with us right here. It's going to come with a nice little bow on the end, I promise. At Kattegat, we've got about 8 minutes left for this episode. Jarl Borg, he's the new ruler. What do you think about that? They
didn't kill everybody. I thought that was good. The people who did not resist, which I felt everybody in town fighted, so I was like, where did these people come from?
Yeah, they didn't kill anybody.
Fought.
Like, listen,
I
I'm
said
a fit.
fighted. Like, fought.
Fight it. Is that not a thing? I don't know.
No,
I mean, I'm
fought.
the last person who's going to say something. I mean, I don't. My English is just like there. But no, so he's I'm a fair king. So he even says that and whatever, y'all, JB.
Just don't talk
Kari,
about Ragnar Lothbrok.
yeah.
It's a criminal offense.
Exactly. A huge amount of reward on his head. The same amount. Whatever you weigh, same in gold and silver. Like that's good. Hopefully the big fat guy.
I was just thinking like you get your fat friend.
Yeah, get your fat friend to turn him over.
No, you do it and then you do it and then you give it to your friend and your friend turns it in.
Yeah, and then you
Sorry guys, if
divvy
that
up
sounds bad.
but afterwards, now he sees the seer standing in the background while he gives his big mighty king speech, and the seer is just eyeing him
with his no eyes.
with his no eyes. That's very true.
Yeah.
But
He's still looking at him.
though. His eyes can see. It's so weird. Must be makeup or something.
It's his magical abilities.
Magical
That's how.
abilities. And
Yep.
he has got magical abilities.
Yep.
I think he's been saying a few things that's been coming true.
Then JB gotta represent James' way of saying it. JB's
Yep.
like, I want to know what's going on, and goes talk to the seer.
Yeah,
Because how can you resist if you know someone who sees the future? It's like the common thing.
Holy one. What does he call him? The old ancient one or something. But anyway, he goes talks to him. So listen, what's going to happen to me? What is my future, my
What's your
destiny?
destiny? The eagle. I see an eagle. You are the eagle, and the eagle soars above you.
And he's happy because he says eagle is
That's
a
good.
good point. That's a good thing for a king.
Yeah. I don't know, and I know somebody's like, don't talk about it. No, I don't know what that means. But yeah, generally, I've never heard eagles to be necessarily a bad thing. Unless you're eaten by the eagle.
Unless you're eaten by the eagle, okay. He also just
Wait, no, hold on.
Okay.
I just had it come to me. Eagle and the serpent fighting that's like the Mexican flag. Isn't that an eagle and a serpent? I'm trying to remember.
Mexico, it's far off.
But I feel that could maybe come back, that the eagle is fought by the serpent, which would be Ragnar's son. But that'd be a really long way in the future.
Long way around.
I don't know. Just a random
Hey,
fact.
you make the predictions. That's great. So, but and the thing at the end here, the seer is just saying again, the eagle is your destiny. So that's the point.
Sorry, somebody was like, Egbert's bi-curious, isn't he? Ragnar. Okay. But that's actually an interesting random side topic if Ragnar is bi-curious. I'd say we have not seen it, but I could go with Ragnar is a equal opportunity / all pleasures good pleasure kind of guy. And King Egbert might be the same kind of way.
I'm just going to throw it out there. I have no idea what bi-curious means, so I'm just going to leave this one for Kari.
Bi-curious is in boys and girls that you want.
Oh, bisexual. Come on,
Yeah.
layman's terms, people. Layman's terms.
Curious as in they haven't explored it yet, so they're bi-curious.
Bi-curious.
But both of
Oh.
those men are kind of like open to opportunities and such, and so they could be an all pleasures, good pleasure kind of people.
True. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a random side topic. I like it.
Random side topic.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
so let's go to that's the end of Kattegat for now.
Yes.
The third storyline we're going to go through is really short, really quickly.
Yep.
It's Bjorn Lagerthaand.
Dude, he got tall. Whatever person they chose.
Yeah.
He's so tall that like in frame he like ducks his
Ducks in.
head so he
Such
can
a-
be in the same shot with
I
his
don't know.
mom.
I think it's a perfect cast. Like
No, I
Alexander
think it's
Luka.
great.
Yeah.
It's because
He's
it works
big.
perfectly in terms of when they meet each other later and everything. But it's just funny because I feel every shot with his mom, he ducks his head so they can be in the same frame together.
But he's also, that's good because he looks like he wants to protect his mum the whole time. So it's almost like I'm being. I mean, so no, he knows Ragnar is in trouble. He knows Jarl JB took over the lands.
And were we talking about when she got hit in the face?
Yeah.
That's part of their storyline. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he tells Lagerthaand, listen, we need to help him. Lagerthaand says no. But then Lagerthaand goes to her shit old gross husband and wants to talk to them. To her. And this is where that happens, right?
Oh, I think I'm blending the last episode.
Yeah,
but yes.
the last episode got slapped.
No, it got
rough.
That got
rough because she's like, listen, we need to go help Ragnar. He's like, I don't want to care about Ragnar.
Yeah.
And then he wants to rape her or some.
Yeah.
I guess that
he's
is raping.
He's drunk and he wants sex now.
And he's like throwing her over. But we all know that Lagerthaand does not take that kind of shit.
Nope. But she's smart too, because she's like, okay, fine. You want sexy time? Well, guess what? If you do this, it's gonna be bad for you later. Like, I like that she kind of wove that in. She's like, okay, well, fine. Let's go that way a little bit. She's like, it's gonna be dangerous for you because they'll be on your doorstep next, which is good logic. But then he's like, I don't care. I just want to screw you right now. And he takes her by force. And nope, she does not appreciate that.
She does not appreciate that at all. How happy are all of you that she doesn't?
I am so happy she kicked his ass.
Yes, you are. And so the end there is just saying like, well, you're not gonna help him. It's none of my problems.
Oh, and Bjorn's outside the door, and she's like, thank you. I'm glad. She's like, I appreciate it. I like that. Yeah.
We're ending this episode off with the final storyline right here with Rollo and Aslaug, which is actually how this episode started. So they are running away. They're at this little house.
She's a prissy bitch.
Such a prissy bitch. Everything is dirty.
My kids are gonna die of a disease.
And so funny how they will die of a disease. And then Ziggy's saying, listen, everybody else lives like this.
It will make you stronger.
So shut the fuck up.
It will make you stronger. Yeah, no, that woman needs to shut up and live in that. But it'd be better because it's one of those, if you get little bits of a disease exposure, that builds up your tolerance instead of like, you have nothing and then you get hit by it later.
She's a princess. She had it way too good.
Sister. I don't want to go there. It's dirty.
Shut up.
Do you want to live?
Are you happy you're alive?
Yeah.
Like,
your children
up.
are alive. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, so Rollo, in the meanwhile, is driving out to all the surrounding farms, trying to get people to help him fight. Like he's trying.
You're trying.
To
effort.
To kind of get this thing back for Ragnar without him even being there.
Yep.
So, but I mean, he says he gets like 20 people.
Admirable of him.
Yeah, very admirable of him. Oh, I said that nicely. Jeez.
Yes, you did. Good English.
Thank you, madam. So he goes. He says, "Well, how are we going to fight him?" Like Jarl Borks, where we talk about, because we don't have a lot of people.
Him and Ziggy talking?
Yeah, just him and Ziggy talking. Like, how are we going to fight him? And this comes into play later when they make a game plan in the next episode.
No, I like that she's all happy. And he's like, why are you smiling? And she's like, you wouldn't have done this a year ago. It's like, I'm happy because you're alive.
She gets a mojo flowing.
Because he has a purpose.
Yes. He's a man. He stands up.
And then here's another sexy time. He's like, so you must be tired. She's like, oh no, I don't want to go to sleep right now.
I'm not tired.
She's like, you have me so turned on right now. That's what she did. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yes, she did.
I like that he's kind of clueless about it. He's like, what? Oh, you mean, oh, okay. Maybe it's been a while for Rollo.
Maybe it's been, I think it has been a while for because she hasn't given him anything.
And nobody else maybe is
and nobody else, but now it's a manly man.
Yes.
So that's all good. But he says, listen, we need to abrupt Jarl Bork with his few people. Just like his supply chains or whatever it is we need to do. Jumps back to... it's right before we jump back to Ragnar arriving. Aslaug is getting a vision. So this girl also has some magical powers.
Well, she mentioned before she gets visions, but this time is the first time we gotta see her visions.
A lot of visions in these 2 episodes, guys. And so she stands there, see him, he disappears, but then Ragnar does arrive.
3 days later.
3 days later, at their little house.
Yep.
Right?
It's the rising of Christ. It was 3 days after he died.
Do you think
More
so?
biblical references. But I don't think they meant it that way. But it was 3 days, and that's since the other one had biblical references, anyways.
Oh wow! Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, that's
let's
put that one there, and we'll keep it just there.
JB goes, you guys need to think of Ragnar is dead, and now he's not dead. So sure, he rose after 3 days.
3 days. Okay, good. So after 3 days, he arrives. 2 of his boats sunk on the way back, so they don't have that many men.
Oh, Loki.
Floki.
Floki, I know, right? He is Loki in a way. Floki was so like effed up about that.
Yeah,
he was like
his boats though.
Distraught.
Right.
His boats failed, and he heard them die and heard them drown.
Not happy, this man. He has to get bold. So he needs to listen better to the trees when he builds the boats. That's what he needs to do. So he arrives back, and it's like back with the wife, and he's happy. And I mean, he wants some sexy time, and she's like, I can't. I've got to.
Her thing for 3 days, I didn't really understand that either. She's like, I have to wait 3 days, and I'm like, why?
Yes.
Do you know why?
I think I know why. I think it comes into play. I'm not going to say obviously anything about it, but I think.
But I don't think it was mentioned in that episode.
Is it something to do with her thing, like a monthly thing?
You know, I thought they were going to go that way, but then maybe he would have said something like, I don't care. It's been a while for him that he'd be like, whatever.
Yeah, I think in those days, if the red ball blocked the pink ball, someone would play the brown ball.
I was just going to say, I don't think he'd mind riding the Crimson Tide.
Amen. I think we're on the same page. Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever way you want to see it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that day it was rough.
I didn't think it was that. I thought it was something else, because I think he would have been like, and?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he'd be like, and there's a problem.
So there's no problem. He still kind of gets all touchy with her, feely with her, and they get all...
Oh, he gets cockblocked because then Rollo walks in.
Yeah.
He's like, sexy time, and then he's like, fine.
No.
We're going to talk now.
And so they talk about it and say, well, we can defeat Jarlborg. He's got too many men.
And
right?
Ragnar didn't come back with enough.
Didn't come back with enough, exactly. And so time passes, they see people arriving, and shit's on the horizon, quite literally, because they think JB is coming there to fuck them up, to kill them. But it turns out...
Dun, dun, dun. I was so happy with that. I was like, oh, Lagerthaand's back. I knew that. I knew she'd be
in
back.
The house.
And
Looking
her hair
more beautiful
changed.
than ever.
So when she's with her stupid husband, it's all bundled up because she's repressed. And now she's
tight.
like flowing and off of the face, which I do really appreciate that, because I really hate any action movie where the lady has her hair all down in her face and tries to fight. Because I'm sorry, if you've ever had long hair, you just can't do that. It's like
She knows, because she fights all the time.
All the time. Well, like, I can't even, like, bend over and you're tying your shoes. You can't see because your hair's in your face. So I couldn't imagine trying to fight. So you're just like, no. But I love Lagerthaand's hair because she has it out of her face and it still looks bamf. Her hair looks bamf. She's bamf and her hair looks bamf.
BAM stands for, again, badass motherfucker. Boom.
Yep.
I learned something from Kari D. Lane. All right, so that brings us to the end of this episode where Bjorn is there, Lagerthaand's there. God,
they all good.
So
Hugs.
happy.
Family hugs.
So happy. I'm just so happy.
The
He's just
family
so
reunion.
proud. Well, Bjorn says
Ragnar's like checking him out. He's like, I produced a good son.
Touching him and touching his penis. No, I'm kidding. But he's just like,
He almost felt like he grabbed his ass.
This is
like, you're a man now.
Like, oh, yeah, man, you're good. And
you grew strong.
He kind of ignored Lagerthaand, which pissed me off, but I'm sure he's happy she's there. It is awkward, you're right.
Yeah.
But he is also almost expected her to go. I don't know.
It's his son.
It's his son.
And now manly giant son.
Manly giant son.
And Rollo too is like, damn, you got
damn,
tall.
boy, you big, but you still can grow a beard. And that brings us to the end of episode 4 of season 2, Eye for an Eye, and it brings us to episode 5, Answers in Blood.
There's a lot of blood in this episode.
There's a lot of blood in this episode. So we're going to do this in 2 storylines. It's the one is in Wessex, which we can get out of the way really quick, so we can spend most of our time talking about this delicious other storyline, which is the fighting.
Okay.
So Wessex.
Yes.
I was hoping you can help me a bit out. You kind of just
Sure.
I mean, it's just. I feel like we don't have to talk long about this, but Athelstan, the king is talking about this girl that got beaten by a husband that said she cheated, and then he asks Athelstan,
what would the pagans do?
what would the pagans do? And he says,
oh, if she was a free woman, you would listen to her.
Yeah. If she was a free woman, you would just listen to her, just because.
You would at least give her
matter?
a chance.
We'll at least give her a chance. Why would that matter, though?
Because
if she's married to the guy, then the guy must be right.
Well, according to their British law, because then Egbert's like, she's her husband's property. Essentially, he can do with her what he will, kind of attitude.
And so,
regardless
but
of
then
what
he also
happened.
says, well, so your laws is superior to ours.
Yeah.
He's like, well, but
sometimes,
right? He doesn't want to step on the king's toes, though.
Yeah, but remember back with Lagerthaand when she like wove that good story, better way to do it when she had the woman who she got pregnant. It was the husband, and she's like, well, okay, the best way to smooth this over. Guess what? You have you wanted a baby, you have a baby. Deal with it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those they would work to make it work. The more British Christian rule is like, well, your husband is your lord in a way of the home, and so if you screwed that up, we don't care because you're a girl.
Got you. Okay. So he goes by the pagan way and let the girls go 3 because there's no evidence, and she goes 3. So she's
Well, he's
very
like, the
happy.
husband brought no evidence, and the fact of she got like
she's beaten the
bad.
shit out of her.
Yeah.
Who's this husband? What a dick.
I thought that was weird. He wasn't there at all.
Yeah,
like to be
he's just-
questioned or to
And how
accuse
does the
her.
king deal with the whole kingdom's
he just
situations?
says the king does also mainly say that you're not going to have a public branding.
Oh yes,
like a scarlet letter
that would
kind
have
of
been
thing.
that would
Yeah.
have been the result of her
Yes.
cheating.
Yeah.
Like an ox on the bum.
Like it probably went an A on the forehead. Adulterous.
Holy shit, that's rough.
Probably, yeah.
Next, in the scene, or not this scene, but Ethelwulf is outside. He's sitting outside, talking to Athelstan, who's just kind of first gets a vision of Mary Magdalene walking up to him.
He had a vision earlier too with the Bible, and he saw the
He did.
Jesus crucifixion bleed.
He got it there.
That was, I think, in the last episode. Actually.
Okay, but we missed out.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. So he
So
got.
he kept the Bible. So that's
Yes.
one thing. He kept the Bible.
Yes.
Opens it, sees a vision of the Jesus on the cross, and sees it bleed, and that's one thing. And then he has the Virgin Mary vision, who is the woman who was beaten.
By,
So that was interesting.
That is very interesting.
Did Athelstan just birth our modern system of law?
Maybe. Hey, give
I
the
don't
man
know,
some credit.
Only thing I know is definitely don't ever have to be on trial with the jury because juries don't care.
Juries don't care?
Yeah.
I was just on jury duty a while ago, and man, did. Oh, God, I can't say this on live TV.
I know, it's like, we
Juries
can't really...
don't care.
Yes.
Let's just stick with that. Let's move
Yeah.
on. Let's
enough.
move on. Let's move on.
But yeah, he gets his vision there with Virgin Mary, but then, oh wait, it's her. Actually, I like how he says it because it's almost like a swear word. He's like, Mother Mary of God or something like
Yeah.
that. And just the way he said it, I'm like, that almost sounds like a swear word.
Almost like a swear word.
Yeah.
Back, well, these days it is.
But yes.
Back, yeah. So he talks to Ethelwulf. Ethelwulf's like, well, we're going back to Northumbria. We might take
should
you
come
with.
with us.
You can come with us, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, Ethelwulf.
You better come to mass.
Exactly.
Man, he's being a little dick.
Whatever. Like, let's just move on. We're not even
I
giving
don't
him
know.
any time.
Why does he have any beef with Athelstan?
Because
It's
he's a Christian, and he's like the real right Christian.
just
Ethelwulf, like whatever,
superior.
whatever.
Yeah.
So Athelstan is in his room. He's praying to God now. He's in his room praying to God. He's reverting back. Fill me with
He's
your
trying,
holy.
yeah.
He's trying to fill me with your Holy Spirit. I think he feels all these visions, the Bible, Mary
Yeah.
Magdalene. He's lost. He needs help. He just needs something to hold on to. And then he gets another vision.
That was awesome, but it was stupid, like what you do in a horror movie. No. If there's a cloth over a table, you pull that cloth away. You don't
pull
like,
the cloth away, people.
You don't just lift it up and stick your hand in
This
there with
isn't
the
a
candle.
flashlight. You blind yourself with the candle in front of you.
Yeah.
You can't see shit behind the candle.
Yeah. So I think he should have I wanted him to grab the tablecloth and just like rip
Throw
it
the
open.
table
Yeah.
up. If we're dealing with
Or
something
that.
like that. But now the funny part is here, he says it's the devil. If he mentions something about the vision of the devil.
I thought it was someone messing with him.
Well,
We might find out it is. But
might, because in the end of the scene, he's got a cut on his cheek,
yeah.
which is apparently from that thing, his vision cutting him, eating him, scratching him.
Because when it was ominous noises if you have subtitles on, which I thought that was funny.
She watches with
I watch
subtitles.
with
We know that
subtitles.
now.
Yes. It's fun though, because they have other things you wouldn't notice. Athelstan fed the okay, that's funny. The Mogui? Yeah, like gremlins, there we go. I'm like
Yeah.
that thing. No, it's not
Mowgli.
Mowgli. Yeah, well, I
my
thought
God.
at first I was like, what is it? Because then when you saw the figure move, then I thought it was someone purposefully messing with him. Which it could be. That might be my predictions, and maybe he knows. Do you find out what it is? You can say yes or no. No? Okay.
But now I'm ruining it. So then if I don't find out, then you don't have a prediction.
Well, my prediction is either it was someone messing with him, or I'm really curious why he's getting visions, because he didn't get visions before this. So that's a new thing. I'm like, what drugs is Athelstan on?
Some good shit, this guy. It's Mogwai, apparently. Mogwai.
Mogwai, thank you.
all
I'm
right.
like,
So that's Wessex for you guys.
Yep.
Now let's jump back to the main part. We've got about 9 minutes and 43 seconds left for you guys right here, to the second tier, right, Kari?
Yep.
And so we're in hiding. There's a big reunion, and everybody hugs each other, and it's awkward and it's happy.
yeah, both. It's awkward and happy.
The point of the thing here is we need to figure out, like Ragnar is like, boom, let's figure out how are we going to get our lands back.
Yep. And it's nice that it's been so long of a time, so some of the old grudges are kind of like, okay, that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
I think we're kind of
there's-
over a little bit. And all of them are making a good effort to be like, that was a past. Let's just move forward. Let's unify. Let's get this guy out of our land. So.
Exactly. So now how are we going to get them out of our land, Kari? And the idea they come up with...
Kill the food supply.
Kill the food supply. How clever is that?
It's very smart.
I was just thinking, well, if you kill their food supply, if you get the lands back, then you also don't have food. I'm just saying. But okay. That's not the problem now.
Ready. Well, they'll go back to England and grab food.
The food. Or they can just hunt some deer or whatnot.
Yeah.
The point is we want to get Jarlborg out of the village because he's too well dug in. All right?
Yep.
So they go. They do this. What do you say? I haven't watched Gremlins in so long. We're not talking about Gremlins. This is Vikings, girl. Come on.
Come back to the discussion. No,
all right.
He's teasing you.
So now we're gonna jump right back to Kattegat. So Ragnar and Bjorn is there with two.
And a new dude.
The new dude.
He was like a new character.
Very new, but the other one
dies. I didn't really recognize him either.
Okay.
They're disposable characters, which is what they were.
Okay. So they go and they basically.
They're guest stars for one episode. That's what they were. That's what their contract was.
Hey, that's IMDb right there.
Hey, you still got an episode.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
What wasn't awesome
break
though?
into the town.
Talking about break in, did you see Ragnar's axe break into that guy's head?
That was cool.
How cool was that scene?
That was a good one.
Did the camera follow the axe straight into his head?
No, because it stayed wide. Because on the wide shot with subtitles, it's like axe. What did it say? But something is like dead body thuds on ground.
Yes, so how perfect. I don't know, that scene just gave me like the chills. It was amazing. Let's wrap this up. So they wrap up there, they burn
it all. Their buddy gets
sliced
cut.
in the leg, they kill a few people.
He does a good fight though.
He doesn't give up.
The other guy didn't do such good fighting.
Not at all. Not at all. So they give up and they kind of escape.
Yeah.
Kind of. Because the one guy is like half dead almost.
Well, it's actually really smart because he laid the trap. Because it's one of those, okay, well, you're going to die. And it's his way of helping them all. Of like, he's bleeding, so he leads the blood trail. And he sets that trap. And I thought that was so cool and creepy how he's like standing there.
I thought he was alive for a second there. But it looks like he wasn't dead.
And then they get there and they're like, oh, no, he's dead.
So he's sitting there. It's so crazy. It's like come to me. I'm off to the light. And suddenly, over the hill, Jarlborg is there with his troops. And over the hill, Ragnar comes with his few warriors. Don't worry, we don't have too many.
JB's like, no big.
It's
and
like,
then,
boom, again.
Lagerthaand's people.
Like Lagerthaand's people. So.
Which she brought a lot of shield maidens, by the way.
Oh, man, but those girls can fight. Those girls can fight.
JB had no shield maidens. That's why he lost.
That's why he lost. He didn't have the power of the woman.
Sure.
Let's just say that.
Hey, well, have you heard the Betty White thing of like getting kicked in the balls? They're like, no, you should be kicked in for the lady parts, because she's like, that gives birth. It deals with so much more than.
What?
Have you guys heard that
I have
stand-up
not
joke?
heard
It's
that.
really funny.
It is really funny.
Yeah, I'll have to find it for you.
So these guys commence in their battle scene, and there's Rollo saves Lagerthaand.
Yeah.
Rollo saves Ragnar as well.
Yep.
And so he's really repaying
Ragnar
this debt.
saves Bjorn.
Ragnar saves Bjorn, and so there's a lot of fighting, and it's cool.
They're really good adversaries because they're on that like shield wall line really tight. But then JB tries his little sneak attack.
He's like a game move. Back up, game move. You quarterback, boom, forward.
Yep.
And so it runs, but it's a good thing because they break through this line, and so it scatters everybody. So now it gives all this, they've got
That's
a real
when
good
Bjorn
talent to
falls
fight.
over.
Exactly. And the Ragnar's like, But anyway, so the fighting goes on. JB sees he's gonna lose, so he scatters. He's out of there.
You know what though? The way I saw it was, Ragnar throws an axe at what he thinks is Jarlborg.
Yes.
And then he gets hit by somebody, so he doesn't get to see it connect. Goes over to the body. It is a look-alike, which is an interesting technique for Jarlborg to employ. Because then he looks over and he's over there. Because that guy looked just like him.
He did.
And it's one of those, like, I'm pretty sure that JB was like, I need you to dress and do your beard like me.
Like, do the red and, like, the beads. Yep. Well, after the fight, Rollo's like, boom, good job, Bjorn. And
good fighting.
Rollo's like,
you need more. You got a lot to learn.
Got a lot to learn.
Which is true though, because he did fall over in battle and he almost died.
And he didn't get up quick enough and all that kind of stuff. And it's out of love. That's what it is.
No, it's tough love.
Out of love. But the heroes return victorious to Kattegat.
And all the people are so happy. They're like, you're back.
So happy.
And they're like, Lagerthaand, you're back.
Everybody was like, Lagerthaand. She's like the Mary Magdalene for Kattegat.
Yeah, they're so happy she's back.
She embraced Ragnar, they embraced Lagerthaand. And now they have to sacrifice to Thor. This was Odin. Sacrifice to Odin this win, right? They're gonna do
The what?
The win of the battle.
Oh, the win. Yes.
The victoriously
I thought you were describing
win.
the guy, and I'm like, he's
win.
the what?
No,
But yes, their
WIN.
win of their battle success.
Yes. And so Ragnar doesn't want Rollo to cut the guys off, and he
No.
wants Bjorn.
Yeah. He's like, you're a man now. Gotta do it.
So
I'm just happy he did it in one hit. Because I was worried about that he wouldn't do it well, and he'd have to do a second slice.
He cuts just the little tip of his head, like, what the hell are you doing?
No, he kills him.
Kills him right there on the spot. And then that commences their celebration. Now Ragnar after this goes to the seer and it's like,
Yep.
listen, dude, I've got some movement problems.
I
need
love
your help.
both of them.
I love both of them.
Hey, this is finally the reversal. There's so many annoying movies, annoying and fun, where the girl's like, I have 2 boys and I can't choose. And now it's Ragnar like, I have 2 ladies and I don't want to choose.
But it's funny, after so many years, he just immediately goes back to the seer and just says, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
But so the seer just tells him some weird thing about their feet, some shit, I don't know.
A fable that if you're 100 years, it's a short story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. The point is, don't judge him by their feet or their faces, but judge him by their heart, by their liver.
I like their liver, their organs.
Yeah, I get the heart part,
Okay.
don't get the liver part. But then he says something funny, Kari. You guys at home, you got this. He says, it's funny that you even think that the choice is yours.
Yes. Well, the gods and the fate stuff.
Well, the choice is obviously
In the gods' hands.
in the God's hands. He's right. And
Yep.
definitely not in his, because he doesn't make the choice.
Nope.
And Aslaug, now afterwards, Aslaug comes to Ragnar and is like, listen, dude, I am going to bear you another son, a 4th one. But I'm scared. This is what I was talking about earlier.
The
I'm scared about
prophecy.
the prophecy. So she's got this prophecy shit going on the whole time.
I don't like that she says the prophecy and then doesn't say
What the prophecy
is. Yeah. Because I'm like, what prophecy?
I don't know what it is. But so she talks about Lagerthaand staying, and he's like, it's her choice. I never had a choice to tell her if she comes and goes, blah, blah, blah. He visits Lagerthaand and tells her we need to talk about our son and all that kind of stuff. And tells her, but you should stay. You should really stay.
He's like, it could work. That threesome thing? Come on, sweetheart. That's what he tries to do.
Hey, so
He does his puppy dog eyes. He's like, please, come on, we can make this
really
work.
want. Oh God, I wish I like her so much. Okay, so they're back in the feasting hall, and first of all, this dude comes in. He rode all the way back.
Yep.
And the news is back. News is in town. The news hit the front page of the Viking
Yep.
Inn. Everybody is dead, or mostly everybody is dead back
King
in
Hork
Wessex.
and his son survived, and that's it.
Yeah, that's
And
about
then
it.
Ethelstan, I don't know who you speak of.
Don't know who that is.
It'd be really
Boom.
easy to describe him. Be like, well, actually, maybe that guy wouldn't know who he is in relation to the other people, but still.
Still, right.
Yeah.
So Athelstan, we don't know what's going on with him.
No.
And then Bjorn, the Lagerthaand comes in. Everybody listen up, bitches. I'm going to drop a mic right now in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave my son here for you fuckers to look after. And she's crying, and I
Yeah.
can feel it as well, because I love her so much.
Well, she's like, look after him because he's all I have. But I did like the humor before that where Ragnar's like, shouldn't we talk about this in private? And she's like, no. I want everybody to hear this.
Everybody in the room, because this is how important this
Yes.
son is to me. You,
Yeah.
everybody, look after him. Even you at home, look
Yes.
after him. And she says, I must go back to my home because I'm a responsible woman. Good for
Yes.
you, but bad for you, because that guy, I hate
Go
that guy.
home and divorce him and then come back.
And love it how Bjorn says, don't take shit anymore. And what does she say
And
to
she's
him?
like, who do you think I am?
Boom, who do you think I am? Kari D-Lane predictions.
Maybe. Like,
TV
There it is.
predictions.
I hope Lagertha hurries up and leaves that husband of hers. Killing him, maybe not. Before I thought she would, and now I'm not so sure. Because if Bjorn's not with her, then I think that was going to be a team effort thing. So hopefully she'll leave him. I don't think we've seen the last of Yarborg. Athelstan is going to do something pretty awesome. I hope he heals faster. I was thinking the Viking people are healing kind of faster than the British are healing.
Maybe it's the weather.
It could be the weather, or just the Vikings have weirder pagan healing things. And then they're gonna maybe do a raiding thing. They might take a while to go raid again because they've lost some people.
They've
and they've lost
to redo
boats.
the numbers, yeah.
They need to regroup. So maybe there might be some downtime. Where
And there's some problems back home as well.
Yeah, there'll be home problems. Not
deal
as
with.
much fighting, maybe. Not yet, because I got to regroup and get strong and more supplies.
More
Yes.
supplies. Well, we'll see what happens next week. Kari D. Lane, thanks for that amazing predictions. That's a
I
few good
tried.
ones. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We love you guys. You guys are all Vikings. You are part of our shield wall. Right, Kari?
Yes.
Shield wall.
Hold the shield wall.
Hold the shield wall. My name is Jaco Vennings. You guys can find me all over social media at Jaco Vennings.
And then my name's Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D. Lane, Karidlane.
Bye. We love you guys.
See ya!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Skål. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.